So happy Monday. I hope you are having a really good day. How do you like my butterfly vine? So anyway, I thought I would just talk to you for a second. It is Monday. It is wet and rainy, and I have a full week ahead of me. I have so many things I want to do and so many things that I want to share with you. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We did. We got Marco Pizza for takeout, and then we went to a buffet for dinner on Friday night. And then what else did we do? Oh, we went to Costco, and I went to Kroger. I went to the big Kroger. It's like a marketplace. It's huge. It's got everything. It's got clothes there, which are always fun to look at. But anyway, I just wanted to stop in real quick and say hello, and I hope the day is treating you well. I posted my menu plan, and I hope you enjoy that. And what are you doing today? What are you doing this fine Monday? And I'm going to show you my plants. I got a new plant to add to my collection. My tulips are gone. Since they were forced to bloom from the store, they won't bloom again, because I really wanted to plant them and save them. But oh, and I need to get my nails done this week. I'm going to go for pink. I love pink. Pink is my signature color. What movie is that from? Okay, so I'm going to turn you around and show you my plant that I got. I might have gotten 2 or 3 the last time. I can't remember if I've showed them all to you, but I'll turn you around and show them to you, okay? They're doing really well. Hold on. Okay, so I got this beautiful girl. She was in the sales aisle. They were gonna get rid of her, but I'm gonna bring her back to life. She's a houseplant. So I saved her. Then I have that one, and I think I showed you this one. And this is my little succulent. She's still doing good. She's getting big. And this was the new one that I got. I'm so excited for spring and to plant. But those are my basil is doing really good. Look she's growing roots. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with her, if I plant her or not. But they make me so happy. And then I'm gonna do something with this jar. I showed this to you last time. And that was my tulip jar. She's real pretty. Okay, so those are my plants. Okay, so I want to show you something that's very important to me, and that is taking care of my skin. And every morning I start with putting some vitamin C on my face, and I keep this under my sink in the dark. Vitamin C should be kept in a dark place. And I also do not rub this in, I pat it. So I pat this gently on my skin, and I let it absorb. And then I move on to the squalene. And I have very dry skin, so the squalene is really good for my dry skin. And then I put the caffeine by Ordinary under my eyes, and I do that very gently too. You don't want to rub too much under your eyes, because that skin is very delicate. And then I move on to some squalene gel by e.l.f. And this is the one I like. I'm sure you have your favorite products, but these are the products I like. And these are all relatively inexpensive, and you can find them kind of everywhere. And then after I do the squalene, I let each one kind of absorb. And then I move on to the oil of Olay. This is the hydrating moisturizer, and I put that all over my face. And then I get this. This is Gold Bond, and it's for my neck, your neck and chest firming cream. And this one I got at Target, and it was about $9. So all of these are relatively inexpensive. The oil of Olay was the higher price one. This was about $32, and you get two of them at Costco. And so these are what I put on my face. Now this is what I do before I put my makeup on, because then we go into the primers and the tinted moisturizers and the foundations and all that. But this is just what I put on my face to moisturize it. So let me know what you use on your face and what works well for you, especially if you have really dry skin, because I do. I have really, really dry skin. So I like everything with a moisturizer. I like that dewy look, you know. Okay, so I am making a bunch of bacon. And what I do is I'll make it, and then you can eat some right now if you want, but I put it in my refrigerator and I crumble it on salads, on baked potatoes, in pasta dishes. So I just fry up a whole bunch of bacon, and you can also do it in the oven. Sometimes I do it in the oven, but I was just making a little bit of bacon and I decided to fry it all up. So this is what I'm going to do right now, and this is going to last, you know, this is a good food prep thing to do, is to make some bacon. I've got like a 4-pack from Costco, so I have a lot of bacon. And sometimes I do turkey bacon too. And I have bought plant-based bacon, but not everybody likes that. Anyway. Okay, so I am in the middle of doing laundry, and I just made a whole bunch of bacon, but I saw this, and I know I've showed this to you before. In fact, I'm sure of it. But I wanted to show it again because I just love it. It is my little sunglass case. And I put all my sunglasses in here. And I think I need a second one because I have to double up some of the glasses. And I have a couple in my car too. So, and I think I even have a pair downstairs in the drawer. But I set this on my dresser, and it just looks so pretty. And I got this off of Amazon, and I know it comes in black too. But I was thinking of getting a second one because summer is coming, and I know I want to buy some new sunglasses. But I always seem to go for the same style. I like pink and I like rose gold. And one thing I do not like in my sunglasses are those nose guards, because those sometimes rub. I like these type, with this. And then, but I do have a few with these on it, these nose guards, but I prefer them not to be there. I wear eyeglasses, and I remember one time I made the mistake of getting a pair of eyeglasses with this nose guard on it, and it broke off. And I had to wait over the weekend for it to get repaired. And this part right here just stabbed you in the nose. I mean, it was horrible. So I think maybe that's why I shy away from those now. But I like the just pink. And I've got some crazy wild ones, big ones. I always like big ones. I have a small face, but I always like big glasses. Isn't that funny? Oh, and green. These are one of my favorites. I like the green. But I'm sure I've showed this to you in past videos, but I wanted to show it to you again and let you know I think I might be getting another one. And they might have more colors now, but if I get another one, it will be white. So they match. Yes, I like my sunglasses. Okay, here are my plants that you haven't seen since yesterday. My other one I was trimming. It's in the kitchen, but I don't know what to do with this basil. It's totally sprouting roots. It's doing so much better in this water than it did in the dirt. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to look that up. I have a book. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this book. I'll be right back. And I have some more over here that I'm propagating. Okay, so I used to live next to Disneyland. When I lived in California, I lived not far at all. I lived in a little beach town, and it was about 30 minutes away from Disneyland. And when my daughter graduated high school, she wanted to go to Disney World. So we went, let me see if I can move this out of the way. Okay, So when we went to Disney World, I got this cup there as a souvenir. Chip. Where's his face? Oh. Anyway, where is it? There's a chip on it. Okay, that is Chip because his name is Chip. That is his chip. The cup is made with that chip on it. And I forget who it was. It was someone in my family, not my immediate family, but someone came over and they said, you know, your cup is chipped. And this is a little animal that one of my kids had probably given me along the years. But I put that in the cup, in my chip, and then I put the plant in the chip. That always makes me giggle though. You know your glass is chipped that you bought from Disney World? And Disney World and Disneyland are similar, but they are not. Disney World seems more spread out. Disneyland seems more compact. But I digress. We're talking about plants. Let me get my book. Okay, so this is my book. I used to belong to a recipe club called Great American Recipes, and I signed up for them back in 1990, 91, 92 maybe, and every 3 weeks, I think it was, I can't remember, it was so long ago, they would send me a packet of recipe cards and I would put them in my recipe holder. It was a recipe box, and I have 2 of those, and they're filled, and they are just the most wonderful recipes, and I share them a lot. But what they did was, when my recipe cards ended, they sent me this plant book, and they would send me how to take care of plants every couple weeks too. So this is bookmark on some plants. But this tells me how to take care of all my plants. I have to say I'm much better with the plants that are just foliage rather than ones that produce flowers. They're just easier, but I'm really going to study this and figure out how to take care of all my plants better. So when you decide what plant you want to learn about, you find your plant, and then it shows you a picture of your plant, gives you a little brief description of your plant, and then it tells you all about it, how to take care of it, how to water it, the plant doctor. It's so useful, so useful. It has so much information in this one little page. Okay, and it tells you buying tips. Oh, and it has like a little plant doctor summary. And it is such a great little book that I have kept all these years. Avocado plant grows in what, Hawaii? No, California, Florida, and I think Hawaii, I'm not quite sure. But in California, avocados were served with everything. They were in every restaurant. You could get them anywhere. In California, what you could not get were grits or sweet tea. So there's some differences, quite different. If you wanted tea in California, you ordered regular tea, you just ordered an iced tea, and then there was sugar packets on the table. There was no such thing as sweet tea. And grits were really hard to come by. I don't know of any restaurant that served grits. Oatmeal was what people ate. So there are some differences here in alcohol. I remember back when we first moved here, you couldn't buy alcohol on Sunday. California, you could buy it anytime. Anytime. I'm going to make my eggplant parmesan today. And in the freezer, I had these meatballs. I had homemade these. These are my meatballs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in a crock pot with some marinara sauce, and I'm going to let them cook all day and simmer so that meatballs can soak up some of that sauce and taste really good. And that will go with my eggplant. My parrot is singing in the background, if you can hear her. So I'm going to put these in my crock pot with some marinara sauce. And I'm going to let these go all day long. And I handmade these. These are homemade meatballs. So these are the meatballs in the little crock pot. I'm just using the small one. And then I'm going to put some organic tomato sauce in with it. I got this at Costco. And that'll simmer all day. And then I will cook I'm going to attempt to make my eggplant in the Ninja Foodie and use the air fryer part. So. And that'll go all day. I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so super quick break in my day. I have got to run to Publix, and this store is super close to my house. So I'm just gonna run in, grab what I need to grab. Hopefully, maybe I can video a little bit. I try not to get people, but we'll see. And I will see you in a little bit. So I'm at Publix, and I need a few things, and I got this ivory soap. This brings me back. The smell of this ivory soap always makes me think of my very first apartment. But I am at Publix. It's always a beautiful store. Just try not to get people. Oops. So, I always love the cleaning aisle. I love all cleaning stuff. So, I say so a lot. Okay, so these are safe. As an allergy mom, I always like to point out products that I find that are completely free of the top allergens. And Enjoy Life is such a great company. And I don't buy a whole lot of processed food, but when I do, I know that they're safe. And Enjoy Life is so good too. So since we were talking about grits earlier, I have to show you the section of grits in this grocery store. There's a lot of it. And now I saw this sourdough. What to do. I think I'm going to buy this and I'm going to try it. But it's not a sourdough starter. You actually use it in place of bread yeast, and it gives it the sourdough flavor. So I will use this. I'm going to try it, but I really need a sourdough starter, and I need to devote some time into really researching it. There's just not enough time in the day for everything we need to do. Visit to the grocery store wouldn't be a visit without me pointing out my love. Nutritional yeast. Oh, how I love you. And it's in the baking aisle. It's usually next to the other yeast. And these are, look at this pasta. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my gosh, I love the pasta aisle. There is just so many varieties to choose from. I love them all. I love all pasta. What's your favorite? Okay, so I always try and use reusable bags when I go to the grocery store, and I bought some new Happy Valentine's Day ones. Aren't they cute? And I used them for my groceries. Okay, these are a few of the things that I got at Publix. I bought some strawberries, and they looked really good this time. And green beans, and some raspberries. I bought two containers of raspberries. This really fun pasta, and I'm going to make this with my eggplant parmesan that I have to start now. And I bought some Enjoy Life breakfast ovals, the berry medley flavor. And I got the sourdough starter and the dish soap. This reminds me of so long ago. You know when you smell something and it just brings back memories? Good memories. And I bought myself some sugar-free syrup. I use this. And then chicken and a biscuit, a favorite cracker of all of ours. And this was my groceries. I bought some drinks that are already in the garage. And I think that is it. Anyway, so this was my little haul. Okay, here is the eggplant. I had showed it to you the other day when I bought it. So I am going to cut it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of salt on it and let it sit for about an hour because you have to let it sweat a little bit. So I am going to take the beautiful purple skin off of it, and then I'm going to salt it, and I will show you that when I am done. Okay, so they are cut about that thick, you see? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to salt them. And you don't need a whole lot of salt. And you salt both sides. And you're just sweating them, getting like the moisture out. And then you want to turn them over like so. I've got to get my nails done. It's just not, I'm not very good with sitting down sometimes. Okay, so I've got those salted, and those are going to, I've got them on like a, a rack. So since they are on a rack like this, they can just sit for about an hour. If you had them on laying flat on like a sheet pan or something, you flip them halfway. But I have a towel underneath that I will wash when I'm done. And then I picked up this dough. And I thought it would be fun to make breadsticks with this. It's a pizza dough, and on the back of it, it says, you could do all sorts of things with it. So I'm not going to make pizza with it, but I am going to make breadsticks with it. And if you remember the cookbook I shared in my last video, it had a recipe for that stromboli. And I was thinking you could use this for that too. But today I'm going to make some breadsticks, some garlic breadsticks with my eggplant parmesan. And we will take a peek. They are cooking away. That's good. And I'm going to make some breadsticks and twist them, or we'll figure something out. And so I can let them rest. Okay. Gotta get started. Okay, so I just rolled these out. As I was rolling this out, my Alexa came on and asked me if I wanted to play a game. So it was like an 80s pop game where I played with somebody in Alaska, and Alexa would play a song from the 80s, and we had to guess the name of the song and the title. And I did really good. I won. I was so proud of myself. I got most of the songs of the 80s. I think my score was 130 in the...
One is by Future featuring Kanye West.
Alexa, stop. Anyway, I beat somebody in Alaska playing this pop trivia game. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I didn't know that that game was out there. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you, while I was rolling the breadsticks, I was playing a game. She would play a song. She played Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana. She played Ghostbusters. I said Ghostbusters, but I guess she didn't hear me clearly, so I got a ding on that, but that's okay. And then, what was the other night? Bad Medicine by Bon Jovi, and no, I can't even think of them, but there were 7 songs. Okay, so I'm going to cover these and put these in the oven, and maybe they'll rise. I don't know. I'm winging the breadsticks with the pizza dough. And my eggplant is still sweating. Okay, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes, and what I'm doing now is I'm putting the eggplant in some paper towel, and I'm patting the moisture out, and I'm not squishing too hard. I don't want to flatten them. But then I get the moisture out, ready to dip, and I'm going to dip them in egg, and then breadcrumbs, half breadcrumbs and half panko. So I always mark my eggs when I bring new eggs in, so I know to use the older eggs first. And my daughter, I asked her to mark them for me before I put the eggs in there, and she put little hearts on all of them. Aren't they cute? So I have hearts on all the eggs I know to use before I go into the other ones. Just thought that was sweet. So I'm going to crack 3 eggs here, And then I'm going to put some flour and I'm going to dip and dip, you know. So these are the breadings, the dip and the breading for the eggplant. Okay, breading them went fairly quickly. I dipped them in the egg and then dipped them in the breading, and I patted the breading on really well, and I put them on this pan. So they are ready to go into the air fryer. First batch is done. Beautiful. Look at how beautiful. Okay, so the next batch is ready to go in, and you can fit about 5 or 6 in the air fryer. And then after they came out, I put marinara sauce on all of them, and I sprinkled them with mozzarella cheese, and then I stuck them in the oven for about 4 minutes to melt all the cheese. And this is what they look like coming out of the oven. They were just perfect. And so now I plated them up with the fun pasta I bought and the meatballs, and I've made those breadsticks. So it was a really good dinner. My husband called it an Italian extravaganza. Well, it was all made with love. So I hope you try it. Let me know if you make the eggplant. It really turned out well, and it was super easy in the air fryer. So good morning. It is Wednesday, and I opened up my freezer to grab my meat for my menu plan, and I saw this beautiful beef roast in there that I had forgotten about it. So I am going to do my beef roast in a crock pot, and I have a couple cut up russet potatoes in there. I have some carrots. I have some garlic cloves. I have onions, and I'm going to put some Worcestershire sauce in here. Okay, so Worcestershire sauce is probably one of my most favorite things to use in recipes. I love it so much. I put it on so many things. Okay, so I went and got my nails done. I am so happy. I think they turned out really pretty. And I have my roast in the crock pot, and I'm gonna make the zucchini with feta with it. And when I walked in the door, it smelled so good in the house. And I see the sun. The sun is peeking through the window. Oh, I'm so excited. I want this. I'm so ready for spring and the warmth on my shoulders when I run. And my plants that I can see make me so happy. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you around and show you my roast because it's been cooking for a while now. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what, look, oh my gosh, the steam. I have something in the air fryer right now. But, oh, it's so steamy. It's so steamy. But it's good. Look at, I'm so happy with them. Okay, so this is the beef roast plated up, and I made some gravy with the juices in the crock pot, and it has the potatoes, the carrots, and there's the zucchini that I used my veggetti with, and I put some feta cheese on it, and that was such a hit. Everybody loves that. Okay, so I want to share with you a little exercise that you should do every day if you want. It's a happy exercise, and it gets you thinking, it trains your brain to be more on the positive side than on the negative side. And anything that you do for a period of time, I think it's 2 weeks, becomes a habit. So with this happy exercise, what you do is every day you think of 3 things that had made you smile the day before. You can write it down, or you can just say it out loud, and do this for about a month, for about 30 days. And it's training your brain to be on the more of the positive side, because I know sometimes worry and negativity comes through my thoughts, and I just stop and I think of things that make me happy. Or you can spray some perfume on you. Or there's one more thing. Go and look in the mirror and smile at yourself. It will make you laugh. It is such a cute little exercise. So this is something I wanted to share with you. You can write them down or say them out loud, or just say them in your head. But 3 things that made you smile. And it could be simplest things, that the sun came out for a second, or your flower bloomed, or someone called you, or you got a hug, or your favorite show is on, something like that. Just 3 things.